Testing. There we go. There we go. Just got through watching game day and thought we'd come on here and discuss a little Tech football. We'll let people pile in here. I've got Louisville, Miami on right now. I've got my kid with me as well, so we'll see how long she allows this to go. I'll be honest with you. I think Miami is a dangerous – this is a dangerous game for Louisville. Miami has been disappointing this year. However, Miami is a team that talent-wise can match up with Louisville. And Louisville has a lot to lose. Miami has nothing to lose. You know. Is what it is. We'll go over through some of these picks. Or not picks, but we'll go over some of the games. We'll talk briefly about what Tech needs to do, etc. How are you guys doing this morning? A lot of good football to watch today. And it looks like Miami just went 3 and out. I still say it would not surprise me if Miami won this game. I know Louisville's kind of on top of the world. I think they can clinch an ACC title berth, break UNC's heart. Their first ACC title berth with a win this week. They're 9-1. On the road in Coral Gables, though, I feel like this is going to be a difficult game for Louisville. That being said, if Tyler Van Dyke doesn't kind of step up and have a much better game today than he has in the past, Louisville probably rolls pretty handedly. Let me look at some of these games today. Michigan, Maryland. Michigan should beat the fool out of them. Alabama plays Chattanooga. No one cares. We just talked about Louisville, Miami. Rutgers, Penn State. Not much to talk about there. Oklahoma, BYU, I think, could be an interesting game today. It's on right now. It's a noon game on ESPN. Oklahoma's been a little sus at times this year. I know they're 8-2, but they've definitely taken some losses they should not have. X7 says, yo, what's up, Rick? Wish I could come to the game, but my high school is in the state championship and I'm in the prep band, so I got to go. Totally understand that. Mojo says, good morning from the Waffle House. Family is having a pregame meal. Are you going to be there, Mojo? I will be in section 106 today, by the way. I'm going to get there early. I like to get in my seat early. I like to get places early in general. That's what's great about no longer being married, is I don't have any impediment to getting places early like I like to. Papa Rec feels the same way about getting places early. Let's see who else we got today. I think James Madison App State, that's where College Game Day was today. Are you going to the game, Rec? I am. Georgia game? I am going to the Georgia game, yes. Confirmed. Utah, Arizona should be interesting. Arizona just 1-point favorite, so that's basically a pick 'em. I like Utah in that game. West Virginia, Cincy? West Virginia's really outperformed, I think, what most people thought they would be. Cincinnati 3-7 in Satterfield's first year after leaving Louisville. Interesting. Duke, Virginia. Duke only a 3-point favorite in that game. They go on the road at Virginia. I kind of like Virginia in that game, truth be told. Are you doing a stream with CDAW to make sure we'll win tonight? I am not. That's why I'm streaming right now. So I know it's kind of cheating, but I'm going to stream now, and maybe that'll be enough. What do you guys think? Maybe that'll be enough. By the way, if you guys haven't seen the video C-Dog put out this morning, you need to correct that. It's one of the best videos I've ever seen on tech stuff. Obviously, Georgia goes on the road to Knoxville tonight. That line's moved from 10 to 9.5. As much as I hate to admit it, I think Georgia wins that by 17 points, to be honest with you. Hate to admit it, that's just kind of what I think. I don't think Tennessee's that great of a team. Wake Forest on the road at Notre Dame. Notre Dame should kill them. Wake is who Syracuse has next week, by the way. Game I'm really interested in. North Carolina goes on the road at Clemson. North Carolina 8-2, losses to Georgia Tech and Virginia. Clemson losses to way more teams than that. Obviously, they blew Georgia Tech out last week. I like Clemson in that game. And so does Vegas. Clemson's a 7.5-point favorite in that game. Oh, here we go with the ads. All right, scrolling back down. UCLA at USC. I like UCLA. Thinking we bring a sign that says beat Wake. What are you talking about? Oh, like, hey, you're going to lose this game. We'll support you beating Wake. Okay. I got you there. Man, there's not as many good games as I thought. Kansas State at Kansas. Probably be an interesting game today. Kansas State a 10-point favorite. Florida at Missouri. Missouri should beat the brakes off Florida. Florida's absolutely awful. Florida, who do they have next week? Florida could miss a bowl. Oh, Florida's got Missouri, the number 9 team in the country, this week on the road. And then they host Florida State next week. Sorry, Florida, you're not making a bowl. That's about it for interesting games. So, what does Tech need to do today? I kind of am a little bit more adversarial. I'm feeling like Syracuse a little more ops lately after listening to that podcast. Totally disrespecting, absolutely disregarding our offense. Hey, Haynes King threw 4 picks last week. Therefore, Syracuse, who lost 5 straight games in a row, in what? Week 11? What was last week? What week are we in now? Yeah, they don't get their first Syracuse doesn't get their first ACC win until week 11 of the season. And they think they're going to roll into Bobby Dodd and handle my Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. That's funny. That's real funny to me. They think they're some kind of coaching geniuses for all their gimmicky offense nonsense that they're doing. It's not genius. It's desperation. Smell that? Other than citrus, it smells like citrus and desperation to me. I'm not worried. I ain't worried. Defensively, they're less than mid. And I know we're horrible on defense. I get it. But they're half of an offense. And when you have a bad offense, all you can hope for is, or when you're a bad defense, all you can hope for is a broken, flawed half of an offense. Syracuse offense is kind of like that greasy, half-eaten chicken leg I found in that hotel in Miami that I stayed at, my honeymoon. That's what Syracuse offense is. That's why they're doing backflips and whatever else they're doing. I mean, are they going to juggle too? Are they going to juggle at wide receiver today? Who knows? Asking for a friend. Oh, Louisville inside the 10 just converted a 4th and 2. What bowl game do you think we're going to? As I've stated before, I'm not some expert on bowl games or who's going where or why. I would like us to go to the Gator Bowl and play Auburn, though. I think that would make the most sense. Night game gives us an advantage. Yeah, the other thing that these jabronis, these turds said, the only reason Tech is favored in this game is because it's at Bobby Dodd, because the game's in Atlanta. It ain't got nothing to do with their quarterback can't throw it more than 10 yards. It don't have anything to do with the fact that they have so little faith in their backup quarterback that they're playing wide receivers, running backs, the water boy. I think even their AD has some eligibility left. They've run him out at quarterback. Ain't got nothing to do with that. Right? It doesn't have anything to do with Georgia Tech's offense as a top 25 offense in the country. Doesn't have anything to do with, despite the fact that Haynes has thrown some picks, I think he's fifth in the country in touchdown passes. No. Just because it's at Bobby Dodd. You know, that's high-level intellect and knowledge and analysis from the oranges. But what can you expect from an orange? It's an inanimate object. It doesn't have the capacity to think, as was evidenced by that podcast. We are 2-1 at night games. This year, we lost to Ole Miss. We beat North Carolina. And then what's the other night game win we had? Wake? Okay. Hey, sweetie. Stay right there. Stay right there. I told you I'm doing something. What do you got? A dinosaur? You can't open it? Oh, yeah. What's in there? What you got in there? That's hair. What's wrong with you? She opened a dinosaur head, and there's just like, I guess, hair she pulled off her hairbrush. Kids will never cease to amaze you. Miami was a night game. Okay, so we played Wake at night. We played Miami at night, North Carolina, and Ole Miss. Is that my daughter? Yes. I don't just have some random kid in my apartment. I like how you had to ask if that was my daughter. Nah, I saw her on the side of the road. I figured, throw her in the truck, bring her home with me. Just making sure, yeah. Who knows what kind of weirdo I might be. Zona Tucson, what's going on, man? Huge game for Tech today. Huge game for Arizona today. I don't want hair tea. Why would I want hair tea? Ew. Go make me something better. I don't want hair tea. I don't want corn tea. There, go make me something different. Okay? Come on. Let her comb your hair and always keep it under the hat. Yeah, I will. I forget who Arizona plays today. You play someone ranked though. Who was it? Arizona. Oh, y'all have Utah today. Yeah. I picked Utah in that game, but Arizona could very well win. I mean, the line is what? The line is 1 point, right? So Vegas doesn't know either. Only dedicated channel watchers know you have a daughter. Yeah, but he is a dedicated channel watcher, and why would I have a random kid with me? You drinking hair tea? There's something bad wrong with that kid, and I mean bad wrong. No, I don't want to try. Some things I don't need to try, sweetheart. I just know I don't like it, like wearing red and black. I don't need to try on red and black to know I would hate it, and I would probably spontaneously combust. Don't do that. That's gross. All right. She probably will be president one day. She's already smarter than me, but that's not saying much. It's not saying much at all. Let's see what's going on with this Louisville game. Well, her first order of business would have to be an amendment. I don't. By the way, I don't think you have to be 34. I don't know what the age is. Raise the ratio, put her on campus. Should I take her with me tonight? Not going to happen. That would be a disaster. It's difficult enough. It's 35. Okay. All right, give me a second. I'll be over there. You all right? Well, you're going to be dumb. You got to be tough. I'm sad and alone? What are you talking about? You're a minor, so? Oh, okay. I'm a little confused. Louisville up 7-0. Yeah, I do think Louisville's going to score some points. They'll probably they'll be able to run the ball on us some, but when we know you're going to run the ball, when we know passing is like an absolute desperation, last ditch effort move, I think we're going to play probably the best defense we've played all year. I'm sorry, man. Like, when my attention is divided between a kid and the chat, maybe this was a horrible idea. I don't know. I just wanted. Oh yeah, we hit 1,500 subs like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, something like that. I think so. Appreciate it, man. If our run defense is good, we'll win. I don't even think our run defense has to be good. Again, like, these guys just 100% disregard that our offense is pretty good. Like, they just see, they seem to have a turnover issue, even though we have the same turnover margin as Syracuse. Like, they disregard all their turnover issues. It's funny. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Can I go potty?
Yeah. One or pee or poop. Oh boy. Oh boy. But yeah, they basically just sweep under the rug all their flaws that led to not having an ACC win until week 11 and say, if you ignore all that, we win. That sounds like something I would say, and that's how I know it's insane. That's exactly how I know it's insane. Miami just answered 7-7. I told you Louisville needed to be worried about this game. I've also got my handy-dandy Dayquil. If you want to feel strung out without doing hardcore drugs, take some Dayquil. If you want to feel like your brain is air molecules, drink Dayquil.
Dad, can you wipe my booty?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. You all right? Here.
Thanks.
Can you say go Jackets?
Yeah.
Say it.
Go Jackets.
Yeah. I'm glad you said it at minus 14 decibels. Flu shots work. They do. I don't generally have a great reaction. Get some Sudafed and take Dayquil. You'll float to the stadium. Well, I don't want to be comatose, or I don't want to sound like Lee Corso does on game day at the game. And that's not a shot at Lee Corso. It's tough to watch him on game day. That being said, I don't want to sound like him or reason like him. You get it over the counter, not medical advice. Straight dextromethorphan in pill form. That's what people use to, the kids do to RoboTrip. If I just wanted to get legit messed up, I would go talk to some random person downtown Atlanta and do it the right way. You feel bad? He is so old. Oh, Lee Corso. It's tough to watch Corso these days. Yeah, honestly, I think they need to have a send-off for him at the end of the year. Like, make it a big deal. Like, hey, Corso is the cornerstone of the show, yada, yada, yada. But you're not doing him any favors by putting him in front of a camera, national TV. You're just not. It's not good. Thank God David Pollock isn't on there anymore. And I'm not just saying that because he played for Georgia. I'm not just saying that because I know he's an asshole of a person, which I do know for a fact. He lives in Oconee, by the way. I'm saying that because he was like a contrarian for the sake of being a contrarian. You could tell his energy did not meld well. You could tell he was not well liked by his colleagues. Corso does not want to fade into irrelevance. Well, he's like 80, isn't he? Or he's like 76, 77. Did you ever watch Scottish Rite Classic Wreck? Nah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. All right, I think Louisville, Miami is tied up right now. Lee Corso, born 35. He's 88? Wow. He was born in 1935. I mean, he was like 11, 12 when World War II started. Yep. Louisville, Miami tied up 7-7 with 6 minutes to go in the first. Offensively, I think Tech should be able to get back on track, business as normal. You should be able to run on Syracuse. Now, don't do the stuff where, like, we can't make adjustments or anything like that. You know, they're going to try and stop Tech running the ball. They're probably going to spy Haynes King. So you're going to have to be able to beat man-to-man coverage. And that should be easy peasy lemon squeezy with Singleton Jr., Leary, Blaylock. Lane, I think, is back. Abdul Janae. Need I say more? Corso had a stroke not long ago. And that's horrible. All the more reason not to put him in front of a camera. Corso was on College Game Day 1, so he is a landmark. I know, but it's kind of like Haynes King last week. He throws 4 picks, the last one for a pick 6. It's only like 6 minutes to go. Get him out of the game. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the same for Corso. Like, you can literally see him talking, and Herbstreit will just put his arm around him. Like, he feels bad for him in that moment. The Scottish Rite JV Classics, which was played benefit in Atlanta. Oh, I do know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about. And by the way, shout out to Scottish Rite. My daughter had to go there before I realized she had pretty severe asthma. And and she was fading quick on us to the point we called a nurse, you can call an on-call nurse, and she had us do some things, and she said, you need to call an ambulance right now. We did. They took her to Scottish Rite, and it was absolutely top-notch. Fantastic hospital. I hope you never have to use Scottish Rite, but if you do need that kind of thing, Scottish Rite is fantastic. Corso made Herb Street, so Herb is loyal to him. No, it's not about loyalty or anything to do with that. And by the way, that thing with my daughter was like 2 years ago. But it's just about like, hey man, the guy. Do you really want to be the guy that everyone feels bad for? You know what I'm saying? No. Don't put him in that position. Yeah, because your lungs kind of start filling up with mucus and stuff, and your oxygen saturation drops. So her oxygen sat was like 92, which I didn't realize was pretty bad. So she stayed overnight for 2 nights, I think. And it's an easy fix. Like, it's not serious. I mean, it was at that time, but I have like a breathing machine for her. I think they call it like a nebulizer. It's a little Panda. And she has a little chicken mask she puts on, and it's like a steroid that they breathe in. So if she ever, and I have an inhaler for her. So if she ever, I can now see when, like, okay, we're getting to that point where we need to do an inhaler or one of these breathing treatments. It's very, very treatable. Oh, Louisville throwing down field, intercepted. Asthma can be serious if, like, you have a bad enough attack. Or if you don't, in her case, or in our case, when you don't know they have this asthma problem, I mean, eventually you'll just suffocate if you don't do something about it. Kind of went off on a tangent there. Sorry. That being said, Scottish Rite is great. So Miami just threw a pick, 7-7. Got the ball on their own 50. Rusty Huggins said his son would not wear a mask, had to hold the nebulizer in front of him. Well, I know it's probably... Oh, flea flicker for Miami. Restrepo wide open. Oh, they're inside the red zone. I know it's not great parenting, but bribing your kid with, like, candy and stuff is 100% effective. So I will tell her, hey, because they have to keep that mask on for like 15 minutes or so for like that however dose of steroids for them to breathe in. And I'll say, if you keep this mask on, and I'll put a timer on, and he's pretty much grown out of his asthma. Okay, good deal. I'll say if you'll sit here until the timer goes off, I will give you a piece of candy. She's smart. If she hears the word, she'll come running over here. I was even talking to her mom today. I was like, remember SIXFLAGS? And I said the word, and she came running. She's like, what'd you say? We going? You want to avoid that. Oh, man. Okay, good deal. I thought Miami was about to throw a pick. Van Dyke just took a big hit. Bribing children is definitely good parenting. Well, here's the thing. I don't know what I thought when I had a kid, but they don't have an instruction manual they give you. In fact, everyone talks about how magical it is, and it was an amazing experience, like birth and whatnot. But like, you're supposed to feel a certain way, and I don't know. I just didn't start feeling super connected to my kid until we could like, she could talk and we could play and do stuff. Infants are easy. they're super easy. I don't unless they don't sleep well. I mean, you literally just feed them and they sleep. You can play Xbox and watch an infant all day. It's easy. You learn from what your parents did or did not do, trial and error. It's a little different though when you're like, it's terrifying. Someone like me can be a parent, honestly, because here's what's tough about being a parent. You're dealing with someone who has a bigger ego than you and is more selfish than you. You know, that's what's difficult. Miami just scored 14-7. A lot of points being scored here. I'm circling back to the Syracuse thing. I don't think they're going to do offensively. I think we're going to score a lot of points. I don't think their gimmicky stuff is going to work 2 weeks in a row. Congratulations, you beat the worst team in the ACC pit. You think you're world beaters, and they didn't respond to my comment because they know a grown man walked up in their comment section. I'm not scared of an orange. They don't want to admit it, but they're scared of some Yellow Jackets. Is asthma hereditary? I think it can be, yeah. I think it can be and or is. They know I'm 40. I'm going to be a little bit depressed when I do turn 40, however many years that might be from now. If you cannot beat Fruit, you're in trouble. Yeah, I said if we can't beat Syracuse, I mean, we don't deserve to go to a bowl. I mean, we just don't. Even if we were to beat Georgia, I would kind of feel like, I mean, you couldn't beat Syracuse when you needed to. Uh-oh, is Louisville going to return the kickoff? They take it back past the 50. Wow. I guess if we beat Georgia, we would definitely deserve to go to a bowl, though, despite what happened previously. 40 wasn't bad for you. I can just remember the definitive age, like when I was in high school, of feeling like that's when you're old, was 40. Obviously, I don't feel that way anymore, but I think I might try and counteract it with like human growth hormone or just steroids of some sort. The only thing with steroids is you can't be lazy. The only thing steroids allow you to do is work out more. So you kind of have to be the opposite of lazy. And I'm kind of lazy. Like, there's a fitness center 50 yards that way. Do you think I've ever stepped foot in it other than to look around and say, yeah, that looks cool? No, I have not. And that's my fault. Now, I have walked. Oh, I can walk. Now that's something. I can outwalk about anybody. I can put one foot in front of the other at a mild pace, like anybody. Go Jackets and go Rocky Top. Heard that. I heard that. Well, here's my thing about being healthier. You know, ignore this, but I just try and do something active once a day now. Get out, walk a mile, you know, do something. The best thing to do is get involved with like adult sports, like exotic dancing. No, like an adult basketball league or something, because that's exercise that doesn't feel like you're exercising. Do I have any comments on James Madison yet? On the game, not really, because I don't know much about James Madison other than they're undefeated. I will say I don't understand the rule that exotic dancing burns a lot of calories. I don't know if you realize that, B-Bean. Aside from Claremont Lounge, have you seen any heavy exotic dancers lately? Claremont Lounge is like an exception to that, but pickleball sounds along the lines of exotic dancing. I know what you're talking about, David. Yeah, no, that is true. Pickleball would be good. I'm excited for tonight, though. I had trouble sleeping last night. I was like, I'm going to get to go to Bobby Dodd for a night game. The last time I was at a night game at Bobby Dodd was Florida State 2015. The fat girls are working at the strip clubs at lunchtime on Tuesdays. Well, if you're going to a strip club at lunch on Tuesday, you might have a problem. You might need to seek help, honestly. Louisville just scored. Man, this is going to be, what's the over-under on Louisville-Miami? How does T-Branch know that? T-Branch, let WreckTalk be your lawyer. You don't have to answer that question, okay? Objection, argumentative. Objection, foundation. I will protect you. Or like my daughter will say, I will show you. Is there anything more frustrating than trying to get your kid dressed and in the car when you're in a hurry? His lawyer will answer that. We neither confirm nor deny that he has been at a strip club. We plead the fifth, which is not an admission of guilt. It is your constitutional right. Oh, man. Over-under on the game tonight is 53.5, I think. And I would take the over. Everyone took the under. I mean, they didn't explicitly say they took the under on that Syracuse podcast, but based on their score predictions and my exquisite mastery of mathematics, they took the under. You've never, ever been to a strip club. You're not missing anything. I mean, there's no point in it. It's the most pointless thing ever. For the same amount of money, you could get a lady of the night to come home with you. You know? We all know you're a liar, B-Bean. Like, yeah, here's X amount of money. Gyrate in front of me for 5 minutes. What's the point of that? All right, we got a tie ball game with 18 minutes to go in the first. What did I say my score prediction was for tonight? 42-38, I think. After Tech beats UGA, we're going to Magic City. What's Magic City? Is that wherever Penn and Teller perform? Las Vegas? I do love Magic. I do love it. Do you think this will be enough for us to win? Just me streaming for a little bit in the middle of the day? I hope so. I hope so. WreckTalk will shave his head on camera the Sunday after Georgia Tech beats UGA. I would 100% do that. What are you doing? What you got? This says Little Doctor. And it even has your staff number. All right, I'll be over in a second. I'm almost done.
Okay, then we can do a lot of power bombs.
Yeah, love you. All we need to win is for you to post a pic of you and Buzzsaw at the game. That will fulfill the prophecy. I like it. Is this prophecy written down somewhere? I mean, last year I said if we beat UGA, and I had it nearly set up. I said I would base jump off a bridge in like Wyoming, butt naked if we beat Georgia. And the only reason, because I know a guy that said he would take me out to do that. That's like what he does for a living. The only reason I didn't commit to doing it was I figured out I was told life insurance doesn't cover that. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess
Dad, can I go
I can't punish my family for my own stupidity.
pee?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to ask me. You can just go. Go into the bathroom, boss. Man, yeah, it's like this is prison over here. As long as we get a post of you and Sea Dog to YouTube before the end of the game, the prophecy gets fulfilled. We need to write this down. The Georgia Tech WreckTalk Sea Dog prophecy. I think it's an ancient Mayan prophecy. Buck naked part was unnecessary to mention. Yeah, and I was even gonna. Oh, look who we have here. My man, what's going on? Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. No one can hear you, and I need to pause this so I don't get struck. All right, go ahead.
What's up?
Let me turn my headset on. You there?
I seen you were streaming. Yeah.
All right, what's going on, man?
Nothing. Just watching some football, cooking some bacon.
I heard. Oh, you're cooking some bacon.
Yeah, man.
Can I go poop?
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, I was telling people if they haven't seen your video, they're missing out. That was amazing.
You liked it?
I watched it more than once.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I went all out for it because I'm telling you, people, if I could freaking do that for full time, I would. But
Well,
I would do that for every game.
how many hours of work was that?
Oh my God, man! I stayed up till I finally finished when it was all said and done. This was just last night. The past like 2 or 3 nights, I've stayed up really late working on it. It was 2 days of shooting. By days, I mean like probably about 4 hours of shooting twice.
Wow.
And then the editing, I was up till 3:30 last night editing that.
Keep telling them about it and tell us about the game and whatnot.
But yeah, I mean, if I could do stuff like that more often, I totally would. You guys know how it is with my house and everything. So, but I wanted to go all out for at least once this season, and I'm happy with the way it came out for sure. I still think it could have been better, but I am happy with how it came out. It was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm stoked. Stoked on this game. The buzzsaw will be at the game, so any of you who are going to be there, don't hesitate to come say hey to the buzzsaw. The buzzsaw will be there. He will be available for meet and greet, pictures, and whatever else you want to do. Meet the buzzsaw, talk to him, tell him what you think.
That was awesome. Like your anime or the Buzz Talks anime style of talking. And at the end, he's like, and if you come to the game, the buzzsaw would like to take pictures with you and talk Georgia Tech football. That was awesome.
Yeah. The buzzsaw is a special character. So, yeah, anybody who's going to the game definitely be on the lookout for him. It'll be a great time tonight. I really am thinking and hoping that tonight is going to be a good night for us. I'm all in. I think.
You think you're all in?
I mean, no, I just think that, the entire season almost is culminating in this tonight. And
no, it is.
We have a very, very winnable game. We're going to have – I have a feeling that everybody's going to show up. Like, we've had good crowds this season, which is very, like, promising to me. Because, that's been something that is really concerning and killer for – it kills recruiting and kills the players' confidence and everything else if, nobody's there. which is what it's been like for the past however many years with Jeff Collins. So I love seeing that the crowds are coming back, and I really think it's going to be special tonight. Now, that being said, I will be absolutely devastated if we lose. I'll be devastated.
We got Russ in the house. He said, and I saw him comment this. Where is it? Oh, the Tar Heel Huddle. Quote,
Yeah.
That's a shitty bowl. The buzzsaw wants it. He says, bro, I was dying.
Whenever Georgia Tech plays North Carolina twice in the next 7 years, the buzzsaw should fight some form of North Carolina person.
This is true.
That would be really good.
T. Brant says buzzsaw can be booked for $50,000 an hour.
The buzzsaw.
That's more than Jimbo Fisher's being paid right now.
Yeah. If you get the discount code, you can get the buzzsaw for $50,000 an hour.
What? Why? Yeah, where is it? There you go.
I'm about to make some pancakes too.
I made some pancakes this morning.
Yeah, I'm making pancakes and bacon right now.
Minnie Rec loves pancakes, and she loves Waffle House. And like you've seen it, there's a Waffle House I can walk to where I live. Like it's kind of in the complex.
Yeah.
And every time we pass it, she throws a fit if I don't take her there.
Yeah, that's Waffle House is a good time. I love the Waffle House by the stadium on 5th Street.
Yeah. It's got like the Tech like ceramic buzz thing.
And it's like good food too. Now, I'm not like the biggest Waffle House fan because it's just like a lot of the time it's low quality, but they keep the place clean and they're fast and have good service and their food is all like really fresh and good. So
well, you know what you're getting. Like it's old reliable. You're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Unless you get Burt's Chili, and you better have a toilet close.
Right.
What's going on, Mr. Duggar? What up, WreckTalk Nation? Y'all don't do Waffle House Wednesdays? I'd be interested to know what Sea-Dog thinks. I'm wondering, has Collins turned on Waffle House like he has Tech? Like, I wonder if he hates Waffle House now, too.
That's pretty funny. I saw you had commented, too. I commented on that thing that Tech posted the other day. It was like grilling with the coaches or something at Longhorns. And I was like, finally, a successor to Waffle House Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah, I said Longhorns slaps. By the way, that video was kind of weird, though, because they're like, how many New York strips or something would it take end to end from one?
And he guessed it correctly.
He obviously knew because, like, they didn't even make a big deal about it. He's like, 450. They're like, that's exactly right. All right, go eat at Longhorns. It's like, okay.
This man knows ball.
I know how many steaks. All right, how should I run this out route? Run 100 New York strips that way, and then 25 New York strips back. Like, this man knows. Like, can we make that a unit of measurement now? It seems to be pretty precise.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was a nice even number. I thought it'd be like, 467.75.
We need to test that. I don't know that I believe that. That it's exactly 450 is.
Well, we need to buy 450 steaks. What, babe? Okay, my wife says we can't buy 450 steaks, so I don't know what her problem is.
Would you tell me? So, Tori, there's we're playing Syracuse tonight. Stop picking your nose. We're on the internet right now. Who does Tech beat Syracuse tonight? Answer the question.
Hey, baby, can I have some corn tea?
C-Dog
Hey, little baby.
C-Dog wants to know if he can have corn tea.
Corn tea.
Tell me yes or no. Do we beat Syracuse tonight? All right, you're fired.
She probably could give something more of a realistic prediction than anybody else. With the way this team has performed this season, as inconsistent as they are.
Yeah, I mean, she hides it well, but I think she knows ball. All right, I'll give you one more chance. Do we beat Syracuse tonight? Yes? Okay. She says yes. She says we ain't scared of no orange.
Yes.
She loves oranges. Do you like oranges? You got the giggles.
Good news.
You got the giggles. All right. Well, I'm gonna get off here. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Amen.
I'll call you later. I don't know where you'll be or the buzzsaw, but
yeah, I'll probably what I'll probably do is when the buzzsaw goes, I want to document things. So I think I'm gonna give him my phone and have him record his adventures today.
All right, sounds good. Well, all right, guys.
Channel.
Appreciate y'all coming on. I think we fulfilled the prophecy. We did stream on a game day, so we should be coming back with a dub around midnight. Y'all have a good one.